Hello. Same as usual. Uh, Hopefully this stream won't be as scuffy as yesterday's stream. I did what I could, but it wasn't much. I don't know. You never know. You never know in the world of streaming what can and can't happen. One second. Open that. Okay. Okay, that's all in order. And yep, just gonna continue working on this old thing, this little old thing. I'm gonna continue, yeah, like I said yesterday, start just focus on one little area instead of spreading myself thin and trying to work on everything all at once. I just need to focus on the face for now, I guess, and work my way across. Sorry. This song's just so cute. Stream just started, but I already want to take a drink of water. Sorry. I had an idea of excuse me, for the well, yeah. Soon I'm gonna like put up a list in the Discord of just a little sneak peek of what I'm working on behind the scenes, what I'm not streaming. One of one thing on the list will be the emotes. I'm still working my way through making emotes because that'll be here sooner than I realized. I think is the ability to use emotes on my channel, which will be pretty neat. I think. there is also... It won't be too explicit. It'll just be like a list, like saying, "Oh, what am I working on?" Here's a vague description, but like something just to like keep me accountable, I suppose. Like, this is what I'm working on. For just so you all know, I'm working on this just to keep me like motivated. Like, okay, you promised them, you promised this, Minnie, you promised. So you better do it. Don't nap now. Now's not the time for napping. Now's the time for working. But yeah, I've gotta write one up and then put that like a pinned message in the Discord. Like, okay, just so you know, at all times, this is what Minnie's up to. And if she seems like she's slacking, yell at her. Oh, another thing is for the bonk incentive. Once I become an affiliate and viewers can earn channel points, there's also... I'm still working on the throwable objects, but actually, I guess I could show a little... I have a couple of them kind of done. I'm not 100% sure if they're what I... Of course it's gonna be pillows, because it's a pillow fight, but I'm not 100%, totally 100% sure of the designs I have so far. They're... I'm not sure, but let me just do a quick little... Just a quick little... a little second to... Doo-doo. Let me just bring up the K-Bonk program. Da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da. Yeah, I only have 3 done so far. I have more in mind that I just haven't quite finished yet, and I'm not sure if I might tweak the designs of these that I've gotten so far, because I might give them like patterns and that kind of stuff. But here's just a quick little... Okay, here's one. Boink. That's a pillow. That sure is a pillow. Boink. A little tiny star-shaped pillow. Boink. A moon. And here's a whole bunch. Oh! But yeah, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more. There's gonna be like tiers of depending on commands and that sort of thing of how many there will be. You know, there's still some stuff to work out, but oh goodness. I'm a big fan of the sound effects I chose. The plinking, the punking. Those are nice sound effects. But yeah, just for future reference. I'm still working on it. But I guess I suppose I'll get that out of the way. And back to back to work. I should be going back to work. Not having a pillow fight. Now's not the time for a pillow fight. Now's the time for art. Let me move myself a teensy bit over. Okay. Okay. But yeah, there's pillows for the pillow fight, and plushes too, plushies. Emotes. I feel like there's more I need to do with the Discord. I'm still trying to figure my way around that, around Discord, and figure out what to do with it. I've got it set up to where like it notifies, okay, Minnie's uploaded a video, Minnie's uploaded a YouTube video, or she's streaming live now. And I think that's useful, but I feel like there's more that could be nice to have in a Discord server. What exactly? I don't know. I don't I don't use Discord. Well, I'm trying to use it more. I'm trying to. I feel like I had something to say and I just forgot. Do, do, do. Oh, 1 second. It wasn't something I wanted to say, it's something I wanted to do that I just remembered now. Oh, I guess that'll be... Okay, I'll check on that later. Yep. Lots to fix up, and it'll take some time, but that's just what I'm gonna have to deal with, is taking my time. As much as I want to rush ahead to my next project, I should just sit back and enjoy... Oops. Yeah, sit back and enjoy, my current project. I'm feeling a little bit better about it today than I was yesterday, where I just felt the desperate need to just scrap it all and start all over. Now I feel like, okay, there improvements could be made, but you know, it's I can work with this. I can work with this. Drink of water. Yeah, this will take some time, but I shouldn't rush. I think rushing will just make me more anxious to give up on this and do something else. But no, I'm... Oh, flip the canvas. Yeah, I should be... I don't know, I'm not good at expressing myself through words. As should be apparent if you've watched any of my streams before. yeah, I think I want my next art project, art stream, to be of making a VTuber model. A rather simple. Yeah, she'll be a rather simple character, I think. But I just think it'd be fun. I want to, yeah, start with something simple because the first idea I had in mind of the more tropical, summery character, she's a little more complex, which I think I want to try and make a model of her once I figure out some more complex, some of the more complex things you can make with live 2D, like looping animations and some other stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the more simple character. Still very cute, but she's a rather small little character. Very simple shapes. But I think it'll be real cute. I don't know what I'm still not entirely sure what I'll do with the characters once I make make the live 2D models of them. Cause I think, oh, this character would make a cute VTuber model. I'll make one. I guess I'll put them up for like kind of like adopts, like how people sell little original characters they make as adopts. Maybe I might do that. Maybe, as long as like, yeah, I'd have to look into how that sort of thing is done because I've never sold a character before, especially not a live 2D model of a character of mine. I don't know, lots of things to work out. That's why I gotta make a list of them. Hi Diamond, how are you doing? I'm sick. Besides that, I'm good. What about you? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you get. Oh, I hope you'll feel better soon. Hopefully, it's not too bad of a sickness. But me, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to. Yeah, yep, just gonna keep on working on this as much as I'm not super confident in this art, but I've just gotta continue working on it and commit to it. I think let me see. Get a bit. I'm very picky. I'm starting to notice more and more issues the more I look at this art. Something about the eyes are off. I'm starting to notice things again. I'm starting to notice things. Merge these layers. Oh, let me save. I've got to keep in mind to save because I never know what'll happen with my computer. Yesterday there was so much issues with the internet and then my computer crashed during the stream. And then, well, not during the stream, but during the downtime of the stream disconnecting, which I suppose that's alright. But still, lots of... Today, everything's been going okay so far with the stream. Guess from which genre the country name Imperial Federation is. I'm not sure. Imperial Federation? If this has something to do with war... Not important. Just wanted to know if you say Star Wars. Okay, but no, I don't know. Because I've heard it sounds like Star Wars. I don't know a thing about Star Wars, so I wouldn't have known. But yeah, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen, and Star Wars is one of those movies. But it was a concept for a real country. Okay. Let me merge these layers. And now I'm starting to see the eyes. Let me make a line actually. Red. Let me see. Maybe it's the eyelashes throwing it off for me. So I just wanted to say hi. I'm gonna get some rest. Bye. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. And hope you have a good rest. Bye. You know what? Let me save this. I need a second to because I'm still trying to figure out my old style, figure out my past life in art. So let me. And I'm gonna pull up my own reference, my own art as my reference. Copy image. Here's an old drawing, an old drawing from 2018, I think. Yep, that's what it says there. Okay, but her mouth isn't open, it's her tongue sticking out. If you're wondering why I don't have it, the file on this computer, it's on my old laptop. So I don't feel like going ahead to grab that, so I just grabbed it off of DeviantArt. Which I'm not logged into, so I couldn't get the original resolution. But this'll work fine. This'll work a-okay. I didn't really render the fur, did I? It's more just smooth. But I'm at the same time trying to remember my old art style, but also trying to improve upon it. It's a strange thing. I'm just so out of practice with completing a whole art piece, a whole scene. So it's strange doing all this. I'm already kinda sleepy. Which isn't good. Which isn't good. Were copyright issues not a thing? Well, I guess there are some ways to bypass it, but depending on which songs you choose. But if I had songs I could sing along to, I think that would keep me a little more alert. This song is very cheery, but also very kind of relaxing in a way. Okay, I can't start talking like that. That makes me sleepier. Little cute. There's still. I need to get back to a game soon. Any game, or preferably a game I'm made more progress in, like Super Mario 64. Well, I still do kind of have that goal of. Let me look it up once and for all, because I don't remember. Uh, Super Mario 64. All. Well, if I look up all, no, all stars. Well, how many stars? How many stars? I can never remember if it's 120. 120 total. Okay, yes. For some reason I thought. Oh, wait. There are actually 121 stars in Super Mario 64. You just may not have noticed it. What? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, it's just nonsense. But okay, 120 stars. I I still do kind of have that goal of trying to get 120 stars in Super Mario 64, which will. I want to, because it's that I think that'd be like, oh, that's my first ever completion of a video game, like, goal thing. But just my performance, my at video games, I don't know. Cause yeah, I already made 70 stars. All I need is to defeat Bowser, which uh first I need to defeat my desire to sleep. um, but I need to defeat Bowser, and then I don't know if there's more after that to be done. Cause like once you defeat Bowser with the 70 stars, I suppose you can continue playing on in the levels. But is there another thing to do after you collect all 120 stars? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Next time I play. Which I'm not sure what that'll be. I don't know if I really need to start again on Shantae. I only started with the first level, and then I haven't played it since oh 2 weeks? Maybe more. Not sure. But yeah, Shantae was cute and I need to get back to it. layer's this? Okay. This itty bitty little box of nothing. How can I already be so tired? I suppose it's because I didn't really sleep too well last night. I slept too late and I slept not enough when I did finally go to sleep. I really gotta fix my sleeping schedule. This song's really cute. Maple Story has quite a few quite a few cute songs. Not that I've played it, it's just that I found a playlist of the songs on YouTube. And thought, oh, let me see what there is here that I could possibly add to my stream background. Okay, so make the hair tucked into the hat. For a brush, is this it? I think so. Or one of them. Let me merge these. Yeah. Save! I should put up some little timer thing to remind me to save every now and then. Or something like that. Or I could just be more awake, be more alert, and be more mindful of the fact that you never know when the scuff will strike. So you always gotta be on the lookout. Oh goodness. I shouldn't be so sleepy, but I really just did not sleep too well last night. I suppose I'll end this. Well, I don't know. I should end the stream early. A little earlier than I normally do, I suppose. Well, no, it's not a matter of the stream, it's a matter of me staying up until 4 a.m. It's got nothing to do with the stream. But everything to do with me. Because even if I'm like, okay, I'm very sleepy right now, but even if I were to, even like every time I'm this sleepy during the day, as soon as nighttime comes around, I am more awake than I've ever been in my life, and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do everything. Nighttime is when I become the most motivated to do things. Okay, if I continue yawning this badly, I might have to take a break already to just stand up and stretch and do Cinnaminnie's calisthenics, radio calisthenics. But yeah, if I really did have 3D model, full body model, I would do that. I would lead my viewers in stretches to keep them alert and awake and not like I am right now. Oh goodness. I've been streaming for 48 minutes, so I guess once we hit the hour mark, that's when I'll stand up and shake myself awake. Do some jumping jacks. I don't know. Something, anything. Me a cup of tea. Yeah, I'll make myself a cup of tea during the break. Green tea. It's got caffeine in it. Will that help me? I don't know. Anything at this point would be nice. Goodness. How can just one sheepy possibly be so sleepy? How can it be like this? How can it be this way? may take that break now, actually. I don't know if I could stand 10 more minutes of these tears streaming down my face as I yawn and yawn and yawn repeatedly. So yeah, I'm gonna get up now and take a break. So yeah, be back in a bit. Hopefully more awake when I return. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. When I said I was gonna make myself tea, I made myself hot chocolate instead. So it took a little while longer, but hot chocolate. No marshmallows. I didn't even consider marshmallows until now. But I don't think we even have marshmallows, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Sip of hot chocolate. I don't want it to get cold. I gotta keep in mind I've got hot chocolate here. Earlier when I thought about like, oh, me if I was doing karaoke right now, that would keep me awake. I have thought about karaoke nights on Discord. I'm not sure. I think it's something. I think I'd have to schedule it, and I'd have to figure out first how voice chat on Discord works. I'm still I'm still trying to understand and set up the text channels, let alone a voice channel. I don't think I've ever in my life used a voice channel on Discord, so that's something. Maybe it's not that difficult, maybe it's not as difficult as I'm anticipating, but still there's hesitation. I'm not sure. Hot chocolate. Goodness. Why can I not turn that down? I adjusted my volume. And then the system sounds, like the notification, like the sound that lets you know, okay, this is what you adjust your volume to, is loud as can be. Always, 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 no matter what. It's always gotta reset itself to the maximum volume. I'm starting to doubt myself on whether 5 is a good number to limit myself to regarding games. The maximum amount of games I can play that aren't like that have like an objective or something like okay, so the current list is, well, I suppose there is one game, the Barbie Secret Agent Barbie Royal Jewel mission or something like that. I suppose that is a shorter game that maybe I could knock out in one more stream. So maybe I could just stream that next so I can clear off of this. I don't know, there's just so many games I think I want to play. There's so many games I like to get to, so many series I'd like to complete as a streamer, that it's like, I know I have to limit myself, otherwise I'll overwhelm myself. But I'm wondering if I'm limiting myself too much with only 5 at a time. And now I'm starting to think, oh, let me bump it up. At first it was 3, like, oh, I'm gonna limit myself to 3 at a time. And then I thought, 5. And then now I'm thinking, what if just a little bit more? But if I keep doing that, I'm gonna make it worse and worse for myself. I'm on the road to having 30 games streaming simultaneously. I just gotta be patient, I suppose. I'm just very excited to do a lot of things. But I've gotta keep in mind, I've gotta work my way towards doing all those things. In particular, one thing that this idea I had that technically I wanted to debut with this idea alongside, like, I guess it could be like kind of like not really a debut, more like just an introduction of another aspect of myself. I wanted to debut with it in October, but it's still not ready. But that's something I really look forward to, but it's still got a lot of work that needs to be done. But like, once I do finish it, it's gonna be like, I'm just very excited for it. I think it'll be cute and very enjoyable for the audience, for the viewers. I think it's a fun idea, a fun interactive thing. I think so, at least. I hope so. But that'll have to wait, because there are other things I'm working on right now. I suppose it can wait. There doesn't need to be a specific time before I'm ready to unveil it and reveal it. It's just that the sooner the... I'm just real excited for it, and I want it to be sooner, but no, it's something I want to work really hard on before sharing it with you all. Oh, hot chocolate. How's it going, Minnie? Hi, Regardmore. How's it going for you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I was very, very, very sleepy a little while ago, but I got myself some hot chocolate, and I am relatively awake compared to before. But how's it going for you? I see the scuffin is a proud feature of the stream. I approve. Thank you. I felt I need to make it known when you come here. Expect the scuff. You never know when the scuff will strike, but it will. So you better be prepared. I just thought I should let you all know. full disclosure. Yes, full disclosure. Like a disclaimer. Up to anything in particular, or just hanging out, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good at asking questions. Let's see. Oh, the keep. I guess this is kind of. I guess I just gotta draw over this little ribbon. How close are you to finishing this one? Slash, how much more will you pursue your vision for this piece? Finishing 70 out of 100 or 90 out of 100? For the character herself, the witch bear, teddy bear, I'd say 70 out of 100. For the background, 80 out of 100, I think. the background's like a lot easier to complete. It's the basic idea that I've got down. I want to refine the clouds just a bit more, add more clouds, add just a couple more dots for the stars to make it a really dense a sky dense with stars. But that won't be too much for me to handle. This one, however, she is much for me to handle. So I've recovered a bit from my feeling yesterday of I wanna give this up. I wanna start all over. But I'm feeling a little better about it. A little bit of better. A little bit of But yeah, I don't know. I've never, even back then when I did complete art, I never felt like it was really complete, you know? It was just okay, I just decided, okay, that's enough. Stop it and upload it. But yeah, it's still up. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. Yes, we never quite have the skills slash time slash money to carry out our vision. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. That's it. 100%. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little more not confident, but more accepting of the artwork right now. I am also challenging myself to stick with things I'm tired of. Yeah, that is a challenge to just okay. I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Is that I was gonna is this a pun? I don't know. Is the sticking with stuff you're tired of in regards to your game work, or is it other just things in life pretty much? Because I imagine making a game is frustrating. It is making me have more respect for aged things and living things. Nah, my game is still fresh to me. Okay, that's good at least. I hope the burnout does not come for you at all, if at all. Or later rather than sooner, if at all. Hopefully none whatsoever. I can't phrase it correctly. But yeah, I respect have more respect for aged things and living things. I suppose I understand, like, just how much how persistence is a quality that I wish I had, and I suppose I'm working on that at the moment, because that's what I am persisting in working on this, I guess. Oh, hot chocolate. I do not want to let that get room temperature. I have a scuffed but treasured book of 10 years. I'm decided I'm gonna keep going with it rather than get a new copy. It's not the prettiest to look at, but it's got the marks of my personal touches of the years. What book is it? Or, a book of 10 years. Keep going. Or wait, is this a book you're making yourself, or is it just a book that's very personal to you that you've treasured over the years? I'm sorry, I get confused so easily. A book I like to read. Oh, okay. I thought it was a book you've written yourself over the course of 10 years. A book I like to read. My accent. A book I like to read. But I thought, you're not only are you a game maker, you're an author too, and you've been writing it for over 10 years. But no, okay, it's a book you just like to read. But yeah, what book is it? If you don't mind me asking. A book I like to read. Sorry. So I've tried becoming an author of a novel before, but Float Wish itself, well, okay, this song's a little tiny bit too loud. It's real cute, but I don't know if it's drowning out my voice, this song. I feel like I'm competing to speak with it. Let me just drop it down a bit. I don't know. Real cute song, but a little too upbeat for my voice to keep up with, I think. Got up to 11 chapters, but the ending was a long way off, and it was much more gritty and morbid than it should have been. Well, 15-year-olds and all. Oh, that was the target demographic, I guess? Well, you could raise up the demographic a bit, like aim it towards an older audience, I suppose. I don't know, I guess it all just... Oh, you were a teen? You were a 10. You were a teen when you wrote it. Okay, so dystopia. Ah, okay. And grit. And edge. Right? Ah, the edge. My dad discouraged in one comment. Uh-huh. Okay, I've got to hold the cup in such a way to where it does not bump against my microphone, like last time. He was like, do you have to make the police the bad guys in like every other thing? Okay, now that that song's over, now it's a little quiet. I I have oh, it's the public, the cruel public that okay, you got me. It was just a tough situation for everyone. The ending is sad too. So I suppose you kind of outgrown the grit and the edge of your teenage self who wanted to write a novel. You could always go the route of children's storybook author. Cookies are good and everybody knows this. I'd read it. I'd read it to my kids if I ever had any. If I ever have any. It's a fundamental fact of life. It's important to teach them early. I have a vague recollection of wanting to write a novel because I just found it impressive that you can like just write, you could just write a whole world. And I thought, oh, I want to do that too. But I think I only got as far as designing a cover for the for the book. I think I tried to like design a cover instead of actually having a story to tell. I just tried to make something that looked cool. My heart is big, so I notice that stuff and it gets to me. I had to learn to resist the stories of intrigue that usually are secondhand trauma. Ah, yeah, like to not let that influence the art you want to create, I suppose. There's absolutely a position for designing book covers. Yeah, but I don't think I got very far. I think I just like saw a book in the library and I was like, oh, that looks so cool. I want to write a book like. I don't think I actually read the book. I just saw the cover and I was like, wow, that's pretty. And I decided to make my own version of it. I think I just like opened up MS Paint. I made the canvas the shape of a book cover, and just like I think I just I made up some title like Dragon World or whatever, just something generic, some generic fantasy kind of title, and I just started. I wrote out a text box with that title in it, and I just started scrolling through each and every font, trying to see which one looked the most fantastical for my novel. I do that too. Use it like a story prompt. I suppose, yeah, yeah, judge a book by its cover and make your own conclusions and your own story. No, not quite, but hiccup. There we are. Yep. It is judging a book by a cover in a certain way. I could make something better than this. This is what the cover of my novel will be. What will that novel be? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Ah, chocolate. Oh, Sosaros. Sosaros made the Cinder Roomba design. Oh, Cinder Roomba! Not everything has to be a novel. This could be the cover of a short story. Yeah, that too. Not everything has to be a novel. I think I was just like in a phase in my life where I didn't know what I wanted. I wanted to create something, I suppose. And for some reason, I thought writing was the way to go. But I don't know. Cinderumba. I would love to see Cinderumba. I would love to read or view the adventures of Cinderumba and her cat prince. I get that. Yeah, it's just wanting to some creative outlet and not knowing quite what's the best way to get across the idea you have in your mind. My hot chocolate's becoming room temperature chocolate, so I gotta drink this faster. Not so hot chocolate. Oops. Yesterday, I told a stranger in real life that I was a game developer. It was a cool experience. Oh, how'd it go? I suppose they asked more about what you're developing. I was timid. Oh, so here's the thread. Okay. I'm buying groceries to entertain people. People like at your house. People like online. Like online classes? Let me. Okay, so this is a back and forth, I assume. Um, what voice should I give you in this conversation and the stranger? I'm buying. Sorry, I was gonna put a voice for you, but I can't. Okay. I'm buying groceries to entertain people. People like at your house. People like online classes. I'm just doing my own thing online for strangers. I was gonna give you a voice, but I chickened out real quick. I'm sorry. Hmm? I'm making a game and hoping that strangers will watch the process. I'm live streaming the creation of my own video game. What kind of game? My not hot chocolate. This mug is too big and keeps blocking my face when I take a drink. Warm chocolate. It's bordering on warm and cold, like that in between. It's on its way to cold chocolate. Visual novel games. Notice there's no light bulb going off. It's like an illustrated novel you play on your computer. Did that explanation help them, or was it still just a little bit like, what are you talking about? Yeah, she said she could see herself buying my game. Oh, nice. Oh, speaking of that, is your game when it's complete gonna be like are you gonna set a price for it, or is it just gonna be like a free experience or something? Not that either's a good choice, but I haven't decided. Oh, okay, I guess it depends how it all comes out in the end. I don't know. I think it'd be fair to charge for it considering like the work you're putting into it. I was like, you don't mean that, but it's so sweet. She could have meant it. I don't know. Well, I wasn't there. I'm not a mind reader. Even if I was there, I'm not a mind reader. So she I don't know. She could have been duplicitous. I know that free will help it circulate, but yeah, I like the idea of getting passive income. Yeah, some people don't they do like demos? Maybe a free demo in well, it's not quite the same, is it? A free demo versus the full game just being free. I don't know. That it's all up to you. But I don't know. She doesn't know about visual novels. I don't think she knows she has to download files to play it. And this is before we talk about it being about bugs. Oh yeah, like she seemed like, oh I get it. It's just like Amazon Kindle or something where you just download an ebook. Maybe she thought it was an ebook. Maybe she thought it was an ebook or something. Yeah. That's cute actually, if she thought that. But yeah, maybe that's a likely possibility that she thought, oh, a book you read on your computer, like those Kindles, like those like on my phone, I could just read. And then she asked me if it hiccup. And then she asked me if it was a school project. And your response was, oh, my quickly cooling chocolate. Okay, I've got to turn my head all the way around here to take a drink without it blocking the camera. This mug covers my whole face when I take a drink. I said no. I just, I just have a bunch of mismatched talents, and I hope this project does something like that. I wouldn't say it's mismatched. It's kind of like a perfect, like the art, the writing, the what else do you need? The game creation aspect, the logic. I suppose logic's something you need if you want to make a video game. Oh, that puts my game development dreams to rest. Programming that. Programming. Redeem hydrate. Okay. If my face looks weird, it's your fault. Sorry for smacking my lips. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Music. Oh, music. You can make music? I thought there's so many things I've always wanted to do, like music. No. Oh, okay. It's just something you need to get a hold, like those there are like those websites that offer free music. It's just a matter of sifting through all that music if you want something that perfectly fits the tone of your story that you're telling. An understanding of cinematography and camera shots. I'm looking into Imatone. Oh, is that some kind of software for music creation? Imatone. Oh, I've always wanted something like this. Oh my goodness. Sing and then your voice is no. I've always wanted to find something like that because I've always wanted. I have like these melodies in my head, digital instruments, but still that's so much better than I've always wondered about something like. Oh, thank you so much. sorry for getting so excited, but I've always wanted to look for something like this. I didn't know these existed. Oh goodness. Oh, this changes everything. Oh, and it's relatively cheap. Relatively cheap for software. Oh, oh, this will help so much. Cause they, okay, so it'll be difficult. I've had these songs in my, not necessarily for me, well, kind of for myself, but also for my, mostly for my characters. I have songs that I want them to sing, and I don't know, like if I were ever commission someone like, hey, I have a song I want written. I don't know how to convey into words the feeling I want the song to have. But this is one step closer to that. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you very much for Gardner. I got you, Minnie. You live in the right time. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, I've got to keep that high up on my toolbar list. My bookmark list. Imatone. Goodness gracious. I have like these little melody ideas, but it's not quite. It's not the same humming it as it is that I hear in my head. And I don't know how to make music, but this is one step closer. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm just real excited. Okay. But that is for later. You know what? I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna download the free trial to use as soon as I stop streaming. Is there a free trial? Oh, we'll make a free trial available when it does. Okay, so it's not quite, but early access downloads. 75 ain't so bad. Neither is, well, 30 ain't so bad, but especially not 75. That's pretty nice, actually. Okay, I'll check that out later. Stop it, Minnie. Stop it. Okay. It's all good. I'm sorry, I'm real giddy all of a sudden now. Okay, back to work. I can live my dreams of creating the next bubblegum dance hit. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing. I guess I'm just real excited, real happy all of a sudden. And now I can't stop laughing. Nothing is funny. Nothing is funny. Okay. My chocolate. My chocolate's going cold. I'm sorry. I will drink my cold chocolate and I will calm down. No, I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, just drink your chocolate and shut up, Minnie. I found some songs I'm interested in for the characters, but not all of them. have them. Okay, it's a process, especially if you can't create it yourself. Just searching through libraries and libraries of free music. Like, it's convenient that they exist, but it's a bit of a hassle just going through them and making sure, does this fit the vibe? Is this the vibe I'm going for? Not quite. It's close. I'm gonna save this for later. Maybe I'll come back to it. But I don't know. The vibe isn't right. You're giddy because a dream is coming true. I suppose so. I suppose that's, yeah. It's a stepping stone on the way to a dream come true. What's it? Chuck 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 chuck. I'm just, yeah. I'm gonna, yeah. Stop losing the tracking. Stop it. I've got a sip left of chocolate, and then I'll stop warping my face around like that. Okay, let me calibrate, cause that was I lost the tracking a couple times. Okay, okay, stop smiling. Stop smiling and look normal. Put your lips down. Stop smiling. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Looking fine. Looking okay. But yeah, characters. Okay, so I said before I wanted to make a webcomic. Ideally, if I had the skills to do so, it would actually be an animated series. But with the time and effort and money that would take, a webcomic is much more attainable for me. But maybe someday I could make little short animated shorts of them. And also maybe someday, now that I have this to help this Imatone, it'll be, they'll have their own songs, I hope. And well, I need someone to sing the songs, because that's the whole point of the characters. Oh goodness. That too, yeah. So much to do, so much to see. No wait, so much? Yeah, so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with staying in the back seat? Would you like to hear the song I picked up for the butterfly teacher? Oh sure. Just based on the vibes of well, I don't know exactly what butterfly you chose, but butterflies in general have a very graceful feel to them, elegant. So let me have a look-see at Old Soul. Oh, let me for a quick second, let me mute my background music. I'm not sure if this will pick. No, it shouldn't pick up on the stream, but just in case. But let me. Oh, royalty free. Okay, so it wouldn't matter anyway. But I'm just gonna listen to it myself. Glares at Cinnabot. It's a YouTube link this time. That's right, Cinnabot. You got no reason to be patrolling around here. Everything's good and above board. Oh, this is a nice beat. And what kind of butterfly species are you going for? Or is it you only know this is what you're gonna use for the you know you're gonna have a butterfly teacher, but you're not sure exactly what type species of butterfly yet? Or I don't know, I wanna visualize the butterfly as I listen to this song. Common buckeye. Oh, okay. Let me have a look at that too. Oh, well, no, I don't. May have seen something similar. I'm not sure. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of some other moth. Very cute little thing. Buckeye. No, maybe I haven't. I can never tell butterflies apart. I'm not good at identifying species. But very pretty. I chose it for this problem. Uh, Makes a mischievous choice on how to greet her. As a moth or as a... Oh, up to you. Oh, okay, and good luck. So she might take offense to one of those answers. Because I'm not sure exactly. I suppose it is a butterfly. But, sneaky. I like that. That's cute. Yep. This is really nice beat. You gotta love the name Junonia too. Or am I pronouncing it right? Junonia? Junonia. Looks like a very pretty name, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Junonia Goenia. Junonia Goenia. Oh, the scientific name. Oh, yeah, that's really pretty. I have no idea. Junonia Goenia. But that's how I say it. Okay. It's all a matter of perspective, matter of opinion. I'm making it her like secret legal name, but no one calls her that. Okay, secret legal name. You have to discover, and you get a bonus for finding it out. In my family, it's like that. Secret legal names. You identify each other with code names. You're all in the witness protection. People called by names that aren't on their birth certificate at all. I have a memory of when I was in middle school. Well, I'm not sure if this will make much sense if you don't know. Well, hold on. More like extended family, but it's happened enough for me to include it in the experience. Okay. In middle school, I really wanted my nickname to. I wanted to. I never had a nickname. Well, I kind of did. Oh, this conver. Mm, in middle school, I wanted my nickname to be Jelly, but I didn't know how to like bring that up. I didn't know how to like bring that about organically. Like, oh hey, start calling me Jelly. I didn't know how to bring it up, so it never happened. But I remember really thinking really badly. Like jelly bean. Yeah, kind of like, or more like, yeah, just like a jar of jelly. Jelly bean. Yeah, I wanted my nickname to be Jelly. But I wanted to, I didn't know how to bring it up like, hey, start calling me Jelly now. Or I wanted to come about organically. I think at most I might have said to my friend, haha, wouldn't it be funny if my nickname was, if you all start calling me Jelly, but it didn't catch on. I think I might have brought it up in one conversation, and then I just dropped it like, it's not gonna happen, is it? It's not gonna happen. But I really wanted it too. I give out nicknames unsolicited, which is the best way. Well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. They didn't all catch on. Oh, but some did at least? At least some did? In fact, almost none of them did. Well, there's still some. There's some success stories. That's something. That's more than I can say. But I like naming things too much to let that stop me, and you should not let it stop you. Live your dreams. Give people nicknames. Whether they like it or not. Oh, you know what? I guess I did. Oh. Oh, I met you as an irritating kid in the pool. You are Loch Ness now. That's cute. But did you specify that's why they were given the name Loch Ness? Because they were an irritating kid in the pool? You gave them the full backstory? Or do you just give them the nickname without letting them know why it is they have that nickname? No, if you asked I would, but no one asked. Oh! I wish Loch Ness would have asked. Hey, you kind of vanished off the face of the earth, and your name is Beth. Bethfoot. Bethfoot. I'm interested in knowing of Bethfoot's disappearance. Or vanishing. I've always kind of wanted to vanish. I've thought about that. Like, what if I just... Bigfoot. Yeah, I know. She found herself. Uh... Like in a spiritual sense, she found herself? I'm confused. Kinda. She seemed more relaxed and colorful when I saw her again. Oh, good for her, I suppose. Good for Bethfoot. She was my resident assistant in the dorm. Oh, okay. Not like a missing person, just hiatus. Yeah, I was hoping not. I didn't think so. For a second I was like, what if? But no, that wouldn't be the case. To make a nickname for a missing person who returned. I didn't think that was the case. Good, good. To. And now that you're back from witness protection, I'll be using a remnant of your old name, Bethfoot. That'd be messed up. Oh, welcome back. I made up a cool nickname for you while you were gone. It would be. Hey, you're back. Me and the guys, we made up a nickname for you. Want to hear it? While you were gone, we started calling you this. And now we're gonna call you this for the rest of your life. Oh, flip the canvas. I've gotta remember. Once I was asked about a nickname I gave. Oh. Legacy. Supposedly, this person has a legacy. Not a good legacy, but a legacy. The word legacy is nice. You don't hear it often. I suppose there's not much reason to use it very often, but legacy. Legacy is very pretty. A pretty word. You could slay a dragon, but still carry a glove to slap someone before a duel. You carry the legacy of a gentleman. Oh, fancy. Legacy. The legacy of a gentleman. Very, very fancy. I can only imagine the type. Yeah, he was hot! Not gonna lie. Did you include that in the explanation of his name? Did you include that? Did you let him know? The legacy of being incredibly, incredibly handsome. No! Could he tell by the blushing? No! Sorry. No! Absolutely not. Never in a million years. Pretty sure he could put it together. I'm not the only one to notice that. Legacy. Legacy knew what was up. Yeah, I'm blushing just remembering it. Oh, I should be saving more often. Saving more often. In preparation. In prevention of scuff. I want to work on the background for a little while, and then I'll go back to working on the face. Yeah, I want to do more of the clouds. I've never come up with a nickname for anyone, and I don't think I would have ever have been so bold as to, especially give a nickname to someone hot, like as you put it. I called my best friend the Great and Powerful, not Oz related, just because just loves to be grandiose and chaotic. Not all the time. The Great and Powerful. Oh, that's that's. It could also have been a reference to. Is it the Great? Ah, yes, the Great and Powerful Trixie from My Little Pony. I think. I think that's what she called herself. Right? I think she called herself the Great and Powerful. I think she does. Yeah, Great and Powerful Trixie. Oh, the same biome. But grandiose works for the character too. What was it? Oh, clouds. And the sky too. Oh, I gave a guy a nickname I'm not too proud of, but then he tried to give me a nickname and I wouldn't accept it. It was just too obvious. What was the nickname you gave him? And what nickname did he give you? That was just so obvious. So blatant, so disrespectful. So his nickname was Keanu. Because he was handsome but kind of vacant. So many nicknameable handsome men surround you. Kind of vacant. Okay. That's a polite way of putting it. Okay. And he tried to name me Denise from Denise Huxtable, from the Cosby Show, since her fashion was unique. Oh, okay, I haven't watched the Cosby Show, but I guess I have an idea. Denise Huxtable. Let me get a good idea of just how unique her fashion is. Okay. Oh, her outfits are cute, actually. And I was like, I'm not the second Denise Huxtable, I'm the first Regardmore. I like it. It's stylish, confident. I'm not second to anyone. I'm the first me. That's nice. I like it. Try again, Keanu. Did he try again? After you declined his first option, his first offering of a nickname to you? No. Keanu. Step it up, Keanu. Let me remove these. Right? He just doesn't get it. Shaking my head. Marker tool. To light and... What layer is this? Okay, just make a couple little dots in the background, I suppose. Well, not too clear together like that. Or maybe the pencil tool. Too small. Sorry to go boy crazy here, but peak nicknaming happened in high school. That's okay. I might not have the same enthusiasm for well, continue being boy crazy as much as you like in my chat. I won't stop you. Especially with these wonderful nicknames. These hot takes. Yeah. Takes as hot as your chocolate is cool. Absolutely. I need more of these scorching hot takes to warm up my chocolate. So keep it going. I actually already finished my chocolate a little while ago, but you get the idea. You get my meaning. You get the meaning. You get the idea. You get it. I'm sorry. I got the point across, I think. I'll redo the stars all over again, actually. Another one, I was being obvious. There was this unconventionally handsome guy who barely spoke. And I like to pick fights with him just to hear him speak because he had a great voice. Oh. So I called him Quiet. Oh, cute. Eventually he called me crazy! What would you say? What would you say to that nickname? Obvious or inaccurate? Probably because we disagreed so much. But is he right or is he wrong? But I was so enamored by the idea of us being a thing that to myself I was like, well, quiet and crazy go together, so this is acceptable. Okay, so you didn't like being considered crazy, but you like the idea of how well crazy goes together with quiet. If being crazy means we can be together, then sure, I'll be crazy. Yes. For you. I'm crazy for ya. Crazy in love. Oh, that's a song, right? Thank you for understanding that complexity. I get it. It makes perfect sense. Oh, sure, I'm crazy, alright. Crazy for you. Crazy love. Oh, yeah! Got me looking so crazy right now. Yeah, Beyonce song. I thought like there was like a little click, and then that yeah. Crazy in love. So that was you in high school. For quiet. It was bad, Minnie. Super much. Oh. Oh. In my journal, I put sparkles around all of his quotes. That's cute. That's real cute. Um, I suppose once, not quite sparkles around the notes, but I considered. Oh no. It was. Mm, uh, well, I didn't act on anything. I considered it really hard. I considered really hard. Um, Goodness, this is making me making me feel dizzy. Why am I dizzy thinking about it? Ah, I, um, I was never quite so bold as to start arguments with my crush. Arguments just for the sake of listening to them talk. I would just kind of. I never spoke much anyway. I just kind of sat back and stared. And I tried not to stare because I thought, oh, this is. You're being weird. You're being weird, Minnie. You're being weird. Quit that. And I never acted on anything. Never in my life have I acted on a crush. In any form, any shape or form. Like recognizes like I started out life shy, wishing someone would draw me out. Oh yeah. Like recognizes like I started out shy, wishing someone would draw me out. Yeah. I saw he wasn't really shy, just too focused on his own thoughts. Oh, and so you were the one to draw him out. To the point of becoming crazy. Perhaps not becoming crazy, but exposing crazy. So I didn't mind getting on his nerves. Yep. Becoming your true self. All for the sake of love. that star's not quite a star, more just a line. Misshapen. Purple heart. Cute. Oh, that's also a little messed up, this one here. But yeah, I've never, ever acted upon a crush. And I'm not sure how different. Well, I don't know. It's weird to talk about, to say out loud. I think about it sometimes, but then like when I'm trying to bring out the words, it's like, ah! Ah! I renamed a guy Bob. I've never met someone named Bob. It's weird, like, how common a name you think that is, but like... I was hyper-focused on his mundanity. I'm not sure how that word's pronounced, but I know the meaning of the word. Mundanity. But hyper-focused on his mundanity, actually. How did he take to his nickname? Bob. I hear Bobs are Robert, and evolved Bob around their career. Yeah, I know it's like short for Robert, but I'm not sure I've ever even met anyone named Robert either. He was emotionally intelligent enough to know that it was coming from the right place. Well, that's good that he accepted his Bob status. It's good that he accepted. It's nice that he accepted his and your analysis of him. I often barely joked about being in his fan club. I've got to zoom in so I can make these proper dots and not just little taps. It's good Bob accepted your analysis of him. He accepted your judgment of him. And knew it was for the better. It was simply the truth. I like to make him blush because he was very reserved and wholesome. Oh. You just like to torment your crushes. This seems to be your tactic is tormenting your crushes into blushing. Later on, he was less reserved and wholesome. Oh dear. Oh, I should put some comments too. Only the quiet ones, Minnie. Only the introverts. Oh, so you didn't torment your crushes who were more extroverted then? It was more fun to torture the quiet ones. Not torture, torment. There's a difference. Right. Like Legacy. Was extroverted. Hence the very potent blushing that still happens today. Oh, okay, I see. This is a very strange dynamic, but one I think I am understanding the complexities of. I've got to stop not zooming in. I gotta zoom in. Yes, I think I understand the dynamic you were seeking out and using to your advantage. Ultimately, I'm an extrovert, so I'm routinely drawn out of my shell. With how confident you are in your torments of of these of your crushes, yeah, I'd say so. Extroverted. You seem to exude confidence. But oh, I am with an extrovert. Oh, your husband. Oh, I don't know how I missed that. I'm with an extrovert, so I'm routinely drawn in my shell. Okay, but I'd say you're pretty extroverted to act the way you do. Well, maybe perhaps introverted until you find the right target. Until you find your next target, your next prey, your next victim. Both my parents definitely were. Yeah, probably a better assessment. Introverted until you find an introvert weaker than yourself. Who will let me get away with this? Pure evil. Pure evil. Evil mastermind. A little. Just a little. Not quite mastermind. Evil. Evil. What's something like on the way up to mastermind? What are like some promotions on the way up to there? Henchman. I'm a little evil, but if you can endure, life after me is a piece of cake. You just gotta endure a little evil. Just a little smidgen of evil. It's worth it in the end. Royal Advisor. Royal Advisor of Evil. Evil Advisor. I'm helping you learn tactics. I'm not the evil mastermind. You should be helping the evil mastermind with their tactics. I'm not that. You're not my royal evil advisor. I don't need an evil advisor. I'm not evil. Oh, learn tactics to express yourself by necessity. I thought you meant help me learn tactics to commit evil in the same way you do. You know what'll get you out of your shell? Committing crimes. Oh no, my trade is not free. I didn't think it would be. Crimes will give you confidence. The less you get caught, the more you believe in yourself. To do whatever you want. Where are those invisible powers I need? If I knew, I'd let you know. If I knew, I'd be the first to have them. Committing crimes will boost your confidence. Horizontal. I'm gonna cheat a bit and put some stars elsewhere. I'm gonna cheat a bit. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Oh, save, because I don't want to have to start over with all these stars. Tell you what, next heist goes to you. You can even plan it. Oh, that's so thoughtful of you. I've always dreamed of this day. Ah, now's my chance. I'm so ready. I won't let you down, boss. I'm gonna make you proud. Oh, my first evil point of action is to take an evil sip of evil water. Don't commit crimes while dehydrated. If you're going to commit a crime at all, don't do it dehydrated. Stretch. Everyone needs water. Even evil masterminds. Especially evil masterminds with all that plotting they're doing. Water's good for the brain. You can't formulate your evil plans when you're dehydrated. There's actually a game about becoming a henchman. I would like to know about it. I would like to know this game and see what it is. This will be a good training tool. This will be a good training resource. Like henchman simulator. I wonder if anyone's actually genuinely learned, like, you know those simulator games like Bus Simulator and Train Simulator? I wonder if that is actually, because some of them are so realistic. I wonder if you could genuinely use them as a learning tool for getting that job. Henchman story. Okay, so not quite a simulator, not quite 100% non-fictional portrayal of henchmen. Oh, comic book art style. Being a bumbling supervillain's henchman is a thankless job. The spandex chafes, there's tons of late nights, and your boss rarely remembers your name. But in this narrated adventure, you'll soon discover that, sometimes, even the choices of the lowliest henchman can change everything. Cute. I heard that Assassin's Creed and Grand Theft Auto have maps so accurate you can go to those cities and not get lost if you played the game long enough. Interesting. I'm not sure whether that would actually help me, someone like me who gets lost very easily. I don't know if it's a matter of just memorizing a game map. I suppose it's easier for some people than it is for a sheep like me, but oh goodness. But I can believe it with games that are like that in depth, like those AAA games. I imagine they can recreate a city pretty good. With their budgets. I can believe that. I like that moment when I go to an unfamiliar part of town and see the same landmark I know. Then my inner map is pieced together. Oh, I know where we are. I don't travel enough to experience that. I'm not. I don't think I could name a single landmark where I live, if there are any. I don't know. May not quite in my city, not my town, but there could be something. I'm not sure. I don't know anything at all. Ever. Begin with the library or main highway. I suppose so. If there is a library, I don't know where it is. But yeah, I don't go out much, so I'm not very familiar with where to go, where to turn, where to head out to. But perhaps someday. You seem like such the library type. When I was really younger, yeah. Well, there was just the school library that I used to go to. But now, I'm just, it's quiet, it has art, has stories. Yeah, libraries are nice. It's just that I don't travel much anywhere. I don't get out of the house often. This is my library. Yeah, I don't know if there is a library somewhere around here. Oh, speaking of libraries, now I've suddenly recalled, in middle school. Wait, was it middle school? No, that was the high school library. Some kid got in trouble for printing off pictures from the computer of adult material in the school library. They just printed some pictures. Don't tell me kids were banned from the library because of the pictures. No. I think maybe I don't know what happened to that one kid. I just remember hearing about it from one of my teachers about the student who printed material using the school library's printer. But no, it wasn't like the whole all kids banned from the library. I suppose that one kid was dealt with for his misconduct. Uh, oh, not enough memory. Oh, let me make this. Save the picture. Did you like the food at your schools? I always had free lunch growing up, so I had to be signed up to like, okay, here's the free lunch, and the free lunch was different from the lunch that students would pay for. When I was in elementary, the free food was alright. I don't know if it was just because I was little and I didn't care much. I was used to cheap food, so I was just like, okay, this is the regular, this is the norm for me. But then growing up, I just kind of skipped school lunches. Even I still had the free option, but it just wasn't worth it to me to. I just that was just school. That was just I didn't eat anything for lunch that day, so it was like okay. Sometimes I might have brought a snack, but I don't know. It might I don't know whether it was just me not liking it or if that's just the actual quality of the food wasn't that great. It was yeah. When I was elementary school student, it was oh I could put up with this. This is fine. I like this. But then eventually I just got like, nah, I can't be doing with this anymore. uh, oh, save as version 8. Load and delete these extra layers that are hidden. 'Cause it's taking up so much, so very much room. I can imagine when you make a separate menu for free lunch, that's something you'll miss. Yeah, when I saw the other kids with their paid lunches, it was like, oh, that looks pretty nice actually. Wish I could have that, but but nah. I just noticed. Oh yeah, the eye shine. There it is, the layer. It's still not quite complete. It's just there, like yeah, there's that. Remember, don't you forget. Add shine to the eyes, as is the procedure. Okay, so rotate counterclockwise. Okay. Oh, I deleted the layer with the moon's glow on it. I think. Yeah, I think I did. Oops. Okay, that's a simple fix. Duplicate. Luminosity mode. And blur the edges. That'll be fine for now. Oh, more. I'm just gonna copy and paste the stars at this point. I'm tired of making dots. This is cheating, but I don't care. Not really cheating, it's just a quick little shortcut. Oh, wrong layer. There we go. Copy, paste. Put them here. Rotate, because why not? Merge. Oh, in your stream yesterday, the art program you're using, it's called Krita? I think that's what I heard you say. Oh, doop. Krita, yes. Oh, okay. I am not familiar with it. Digital painting, creative freedom. Oh, open source. Open source is always nice. I was just curious about it. Free and open source painting program. Soul Sato says paint size better. I'm a bit biased because I've been using Paint Tool Sai for years, several years. So I haven't experimented much with any other. I think when I was like in elementary school is when I used GIMP. I think it was called GIMP. It's like a kind of like a watered down version of Photoshop. But yeah, I've just been using Paint Tool Sai for so many years that this is what I know. This is what I'll live and die with. No, not quite. I'm very used to it. So this is what I'm working with. He's been a digital artist for much longer than I have. You learn the superior version. I don't know. I don't know much about any other program to know really what's the best. I've heard really good things about Clip Studio Paint. And it has endured. Yes, it has endured for all these years. I don't know. I like it. I wish there was more features to it. I wish there was like a text feature, a shape tool feature. Gradients would be nice. Uh, a perspective tool. I've heard Clip Studio, Clip Paint, Clip. What is it called? What did I call it earlier? Paint, Clip, Clip Studio Paint. Yes, Clip Studio Paint. I've heard it has a like a perspective tool, which sounds really interesting because perspective is something I struggle with. Oh goodness. Oh, did you get to see me struggle with the gradient wings? Oh, I caught a bit of it. I was. Oh, I'm sorry I missed so much of the end of the stream. I was trying to help out my mom with something that took a lot longer than I thought it would. But I'm gonna. That's what VODs are for. Is I will catch up with that. But yeah, I saw a bit on the screen of the gradient, and I thought it was just trying to get. You're being a perfectionist, trying to get it all exact. But yeah, gradient tools are always nice. No, real life better than virtual life. Well, virtual life is a convenient replacement for when you don't have real life. it's a nice little it's a substitute, but not the real thing. It's a good substitute, but not quite the real thing. More urgent. Well, oh yeah, I understand. Sorry. Yeah, I get what you mean now. Sorry. I'm always very easily confused. Sorry, but yeah, but no, it's okay. Uh, I did catch a bit of it, but I'm still want to watch the rest of the. Sorry, the rest of the VOD. Uh, when I have a chance to. But yeah, gradient tools are always very helpful. Paint Tool Side does not have one of those, but I wish it did. Don't make it homework. No, it's okay. I wanted to see how the process went. I want to know about the bugs. I want to get to know them. This is good. But yeah, it's not that I'm making it homework for myself. I just genuinely, uh, even if I do really want to watch something, it just takes me. I don't know. I have to be in the right mood to. Oh, wrong layer. To want to watch something, even if it's something I'm really anticipating or something I really genuinely enjoy. I don't know. Yeah, I do want to watch this in the VOD. Sorry. I will. At some point. It might take me a bit. But before the VOD ends, because there is that time limit of when VODs are up for. Words are hard. Words are difficult. I have the highlight out. Oh, okay. So that'll be useful too. uh, uh, I thought I had a question, but I forgot. I forget so easily. In case the bots expire, worst case scenario. Okay, yeah. But no, I think I'll get around to it soon. It depends on chores and stuff, other occasions. But I do really want to watch it. One of these days, we're gonna start Tubis all over again, and we will make it to 100. We need more than just us here. But Tubis, whether it's in my chat or yours, we're gonna make it happen. Oh, I'm still working on the stars. I forgot the stars. I know the history of Falcon reference. Oh, when's Falcon gonna get to? Is he already? Has he already begun on your bug cosplay that he demanded you wear? What's a cosplayable bug? No, he is not. Well, he needs to get off his lazy behind. Lazy behind. Behind. And get to work. I should remind him. You should. This has gotta happen. It could be like a promotion for your game. Cosplay one of your own bug characters. And make TikToks or something. I don't know. I don't know about social media promotion. And do a silly little dance as one of your bug characters. Bug citizens. Bugazins. Little buggy people. Creatures. Critters. Creepy crawlies. Nah, creatures is still... It's still a rodent. It's still mammals in my mind. Creatures... Bugs are not creatures in my mind. Let me look up the definition of creatures. Creature. An animal as distinct from a human being. An animal or person. A person can be a creature? Is a human a creature? Anything created, whether animate or inanimate. I don't know. I don't know. In my brain, creature has the connotation of a little tiny furry thing. Such as myself. I'm not tiny. But I am indeed a furry thing, I suppose. That's what I could be called. Oh, Mini. Oh, of course. Oh, wait, actually, speaking of Mini. I could stream like this now that you mention it. Oh, that leaves more room for chat. Oh, I should do my streams like this from now on. Or well, right here. Too much room for chat. Yeah, you're right. You don't deserve this much space on my stream. Microscopic Mini. Okay, this is the stream from now on. I need to animate myself a dance for these occasions. All I've got is I'm standing, but I need a little like a Fortnite dance or something. Wait, okay. Back we go to I think I was about yeah, that works. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, I still oh that okay. I just remembered. Okay, let me add that to my list. Earlier I discussed making a list and putting it up on the Discord like a pinned message of my oh, how'd you like the idol channel we rated? Oh, it was cute. I watched just a bit of it because I had to run about and do other things. I left it on for a while while we while we raided. But yeah, I saw a bit of it, and I like idol stuff. I like. It makes me want to. Well, it feels like kind of a shallow reason to learn Japanese, but that is also the reason I want to learn Japanese. It's just idol culture, and idols. I like idols. I think when we first rated, there was the guy rapping about how great school is, how wonderful school is, which was lovely, delightful. Oh, tablet. I want to give myself a little tablet right in front of me as I draw, because I think that would look nice. Drawing tablet. Model thing. I know the app I need to use. I just need to make a note of that. I'm gonna make like a little public to-do list. That way I keep myself like focused. Like this is what I need to work on. This is what you promised the people. This is what you promised everyone. So go and do it, Minnie. A compelling reason is a strong motivator, whether shallow or not. I suppose. So yeah, any reason's a good reason to learn something new. So, I suppose you like idols yourself too? And if you do, what idols or what groups? More stars. Oh, I'm curious about idols. They remind me of pageantry, but I'm not into any. Oh, okay. But yeah, I like kind of like just the whole. I do have some idol groups that are my favorite, like Wasuda, or rather the World Standard, Pink Lady, Denpagumi Inc. I have a couple of favorites, but yeah, it's more the overall idol culture does kind of fascinate me, of just cute girls doing cute things. Kind of. Well, that's kind of a very simplistic way to put it, but yeah, just the whole culture of it fascinates me, and also I really like their music. Oh, um, there's an idol group made. They promote a certain food industry in Japan. Oh, I'm still adjusting to their dances. They remind me of exercises. Yeah, I guess it depends on the group. Some of them are more simplistic because they want like the uh they do have to kind of be more simplistic just because the idols are singing and dancing at the same time, so they gotta like maintain a balance of okay, the energy you exert to dance and the energy you exert to sing your heart out. So yeah, I guess that's part of the reason why. But also, depending on the group, I think some groups keep it simple so that like it's easy for others to learn. Like everyone can do this dance. Let's all dance together. Or some do more complex dances just to show off like just how talented the idols are. Like they're really good at dancing. They work real hard to dance. But Oh, the idol group, uh, Hamburgers, Hamburger. I can't pronounce it right. Hamburger Zeta. Hamburg, Hamburg, Hamburger Zeta. That makes sense. Yeah, it's all a matter of which group it is, but hamburgers, hamburgers Zeta. My pronunciation is awful. I apologize. Hamburgers Zeta. But I love their costumes. I love their uniforms and their hair accessories of their hamburger ingredients. Let me find a good picture. Neither am I a native Japanese speaker. Neither am I, especially not me. Hamburger. 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 Oh, here they are. Is this a bigger picture than that, please? No, I need a picture with their hamburger skirts. Their skirts are wonderful. Here's an okay picture, I suppose. The brightness is a little drastic. But I love their uniforms. And each girl has her own hamburger ingredient, like fish. Fish. Okay, yeah, that's a fish, but Burger King sponsorship. They should. Like, why can't we have pretty girls advertise us things? Eggplant, yes, eggplant, onion, zucchini or cucumber, tomato, egg, lettuce. Oh, right, the onions are twins. I think the onions are twins. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the onion girls are twins. Oh, beef. That's a cow. And what's her ingredient? I can't quite tell from this angle. But yeah, I just really, I love this. I love their sequined hamburger skirts. They're just great. Cosplay. Burger cosplay. Yes. Oh, cosplay of my. Oh! I thought you were just making a point about how they're all cosplaying burgers, but cosplay my favorite idol outfit. Um, perhaps I could. I'd have to learn how to put together an outfit though, or sew one, I suppose, if I could. I would have to learn how to sew, or if I could find it. I don't know. That does sound like a fun idea. Oh goodness, but I did have a list of characters I wanted to cosplay. I might have the picture. I made like a little chart of it somewhere. I've always wanted to cosplay Princess Daisy. But I feel like that's also kind of a complex costume too. Unless I go for like something more simple like her sports uniform, like where it's just the dress. Well, either way it's a dress, but a shorter dress, just a sporty tennis dress or something. I don't know. I've thought about cosplaying a bunch, but I've just never gotten around to it before. It does seem fun. But I just don't know. You will get less attention if it's a more obscure reference. Yeah, I've heard from when I I used to look at forums for cosplay just because I was so fascinated. Cosplay and Japanese fashion, because I just thought it was like, wow, this is the most amazing thing ever. I want to do this someday. And I did see a lot of complaints about how the more obscure the character, the less people come up to you and recognize you. And it does kind of get you down, but like it's just, you have to keep in mind you're doing it for the love of the character, not for the recognition of others. You need a buddy, I think. I cosplayed as Starfire in Robin's outfit, so everyone who took photos of me thought I was Robin. Oh, yeah. I guess that they don't know specifically of Starfire wearing Robin's outfit. Well, I don't know, but I can understand the error of their ways. But yeah, I remember seeing that complaint a lot, like the cosplaying something more obscure or more, yeah, just not as well known, gives you less attention brings you less attention or brings more people who just don't know what you are and lots of questions, I suppose. I suppose I wouldn't mind not very many people knowing who I am if I were to cosplay as like an idol who might not be as well known, like their costume compared to like a video game character. I don't know. It's not something I've experienced, of course I wouldn't know. Ah, okay. Oh, I should add that to my it's because you're a VIP. VIPs are allowed to post links without issue from Cinnamon Bot. But yeah, I should probably add DeviantArt to the list of acceptable links. Oh, okay. Cute. I used to watch a little tiny bit of Teen Titans Go when I was younger. But she does look cute in that outfit. That would have been a cute cosplay. Sigh of relief. Yes, you're safe. You're safe from the wrath of Cinnabon Bot. Really, just the wig that makes the difference. I suppose so, yeah. And maybe green eye contacts if you can get those. Contacts scare me. I don't want to put in eye contacts. That's something that occurred to me. Something you can do for cosplay is change your eye color with contacts. I've never worn contacts. I'm not sure I ever want to put in contacts. That scares me. What other sorts of characters have you cosplayed as besides, you said... Oh, you're planning on cosplaying May? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Avatar. I remember the name was spelled M-A-I from Avatar. And Starfire as Robin, or in Robin's outfit. But yeah, what other characters have you done before, or are you planning in the future someday? Just May, really. Or May, really. I also don't know how to sew, and I'm not as into characters as I used to be. Oh, that's fair. Uh, I did No Face once. Oh, from the movie. I know of No Face, but I don't know where he's from. No Face. Yeah, the. I suppose that's easy. A black cloak and a mask. Spirited Away. Yeah, seems so. Oh, hello, Falcon. How are you? Are you doing a-okay? Are you doing a-okay with regard more pestering you for her cosplay? Working on it. Working on it. You doing okay? You sure? Okay. I guess this costume could be easy to put together if you find the right pieces to put together. Not necessarily need to sew. Yeesh, so demanding. Well, you offered, didn't you? So get to work. You can't stop. You made the promise, now keep the promise. Oh, you cosplayed like this version? Of like a... What do you call it? Yeah, just a... This was the updated no-face design I used. Oh, okay, so like a anthropomorphic version, anthropomorphized version of no face. Yes. Okay. I thought it was just like, okay, you put on the whole cloak and the mask and that's all. But okay, yeah. I've seen pics of a Regardmore cosplay once upon a time. Oh, mysterious. Black clothes and painted on the teeth and made a mess. Oh, okay. Hair stands on end. Which was it? Oh dear. Which design do you remember? Well, don't leave us in suspense, Falcon. Oh, what do you know? Robin, but if I remember, it's Robin being cosplayed by Starfire from Teen Titans. Well, there you go. Do you think he gets a point, Minnie? I don't know. Mm, sure, why not? We'll allow him a point this time. This time. Only you know if I'm right, though. Yeah, I haven't seen the cosplay. I just I just have heard stories of it, tales of the legendary, the legacy of Starfire cosplaying Robin. It turns out your memory is correct. Gets a point. I've only heard of the legacy of such a thing. But I have not witnessed it for myself. So I should probably keep quiet on the matter. Okay. And the stars in the sky. Would you ever cosplay Falcon? As a falcon. Hell Falcon. I think that was during the Chodoki Maestret. I accidentally called you Hell Falcon. I wonder what Google will give me if I look up Hell Falcon. Not much. Just a t-shirt. Okay. Actually, I really like this shirt. I like this shirt. I like this pun. Let's get the Falcon hell out of here. I like that a lot. That's borderline. That's edging off of PG-13 territory. But let's get the Falcon hell out of here. Oh my goodness. Falcon's gotta make a cosplay to go with your bug cosplay. Okay, we're all cosplaying bugs to help promote Float Wish. Let's all who gets what? Who's which character? And Falcon's in charge of making all our costumes. That would be a bug for you. Which bug though? Aww. Oh, you know what I should do? Not necessary though. That's right. The advertising is that they are real bugs, not anthro bugs. Well, yeah, but we can make them. We can make our. If we just gotta work real hard in our costumes to make them convincing. Oh, you're not gonna be able to move like a human in the costume. I will make sure of that. I will make sure of that. Don't you worry. I'll make sure of that. What does that mean? What does that mean? That sounds like a threat. A threat and a promise. Stickbug. Ladybug. I'll make sure of that. Bug suit. Oh, that's just beekeeper suits. I need to copy the layer of stars, make them luminous, and save the picture because I've done Snoopy. Yep. Wear it with pride. Oh, is this working or not? Oh, may I've got to be a little more careful about blurring. Oh, that is nothing at all. Oh no! Now Falcon can post any links whatsoever. Yeah, he didn't have to go through the struggle you went through with Cinnabon Bot to prove your innocence, prove your trustworthiness to the bot. He's never known the struggle and the strife that you experienced. Did Regardmore get in trouble again? Typical of her, really. Not exactly. No, not recently. It was never Regardmore's fault. Now, Minnie, hey, wait. I'm not saying it's your fault. You might have gotten into trouble, but it was Cinnabon who put you in that trouble. And now who's tormenting you? I would call this tormenting, yes. I would call this cruel and unusual punishment. Very cruel, very unusual, very undeserved. Typical. Maybe blurring the clouds would, oh, wrong layer. What layer is this? Oh, empty. Okay. But I'm gonna have to ask you to get along now. Get along, little doggies. Get along. No more quarreling. I can't say that word. Uh, I'll be okay as long as I'm equal or greater status than Falcon. He may abuse his power. Okay, so should there ever be promotions, you've always got to be at least one step ahead of Falcon to keep him in check. That's fair. I will keep that in mind. So if you're the evil mastermind, what was the position below that? Financial advisor? So Falcon is the financial advisor to your no, royal advisor. The royal advisor to your evil mastermind. Just sighs heavily. A begrudging one at that. Is he at least doing his duties as a henchman? Does he fulfill his duties well? Despite his unwillingness to do so? Oh goodness. Oh, it's already almost 7. I guess I'll keep streaming till like 7:15. 7:15. Why not? He does. He could just improve in the communication department. I can't tell if he's resisting the assignment or quietly working. Such as the bug costumes he should be working on. Do we know if he's working on them or if he's slacking on the job? You've got to let us know these things, Falcon. Teamwork makes the dream work. Quietly pulling out my ear. Not so quietly if we're apparently hearing it from over here. Where we are. We can't be organized crime if we're not on the same page, you see? Exactly. If we want to successfully do this, we need planning, teamwork. We've got to know what's going on here. We need to communicate so we can successfully pull off this heist. Our first ever heist. Together. As a team. It's right in the title, organized crime. We need organization here. Unorganized crime. Yeah, we can't be committing unorganized crime. That would just be that would just be terrible. Haphazard crime. You can't trust me to remember the details. No, Falcon, no. We're trying to avoid being unorganized crime. We're trying to avoid that. We've got to do better. The other criminals make fun of us. They'll call us names in the courtyard. In the prison courtyard. I guess I can be more organized. They'll say goody two shoes. I can't be going to jail. Not in these pajamas. I'm too sleepy to be arrested. We've got to make sure we pull this off successfully, because I don't want to sleep in a prison bed. I can't sleep in any bed but my own. The delirium made me do it. This is all just a misunderstanding. I was just real tired, you know, Your Honor. Your Highness. I was just real tired. I didn't know what I was doing. What, who? Accomplices? Regardmore? Falcon? Never heard of him in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by accomplices. I don't know what that word means. I was sleepwalking, Your Honor. I was sleepwalking. Who, Falcon? I tried to talk him out of it. He said, whatever we do has to be so irritating that the detectives will pull out their hair. This is all his idea. We tried to stop him, but he was just out of control. He even made us these bug costumes and told us to wear them for the heist. We tried to tell him no, that's weird. I don't want to wear that costume. He said he was gonna he said he was gonna make sure we wouldn't be able to walk like humans in them. He said he was gonna make real sure of it. He threatened us if we didn't comply with his orders. I said we should be organized. And he was saying we gotta be haphazard. You see? Hazard. It was all this dangerous stuff. This is all his idea. This is all his doing. Oh, goodness, my phone. Oops. Almost knocked it off my desk. But yes, officer, I'm sure. Just look in Falcon's basement and you'll find the workings of a madman making bug costumes and forcing people into them to commit crimes on his behalf. Lesson to you future viewers out there, crime doesn't pay unless you get away with it and never ever ever get caught, in which case it might pay sometimes. Perhaps, maybe. It depends on your situation. Already 7. Okay, so like 15 more minutes left before I head out and have dinner. Hmm. How would someone apologize after throwing a fellow VIP under the bus, asking for a friend? What is the best way? Will a simple sorry suffice? Perhaps not. But then what will? The dilemma is real. This is a very complex situation. One that I don't have prior experience with to help resolve. This is my first time being part of organized crime, so I wouldn't know how criminals apologize to one another when they have wronged each other. I can't tell if you think I threw you under the bus or you threw me under. Yeah, yeah, I'm not too sure either. I'm not too sure. Either way, we need to know how to mend this bridge between us. We've gotta compromise. We've gotta come to an agreement, to a solution here. I suppose I'm the mediator. Let's all hug. Let's all hug. Group hug. And that'll make everything all better. hug. Well, Falcon, don't leave her hanging. Or a high five. A high five works too. A friendly high five. Awkwardly hugs back. Like, okay, fine, whatever. Now you tell me. Makes it quick. And there, everything all better? Are we on friendly terms again? Fellow VIPs? Fellow criminals in training in partners in crime. Partners in crime, that's the word I was looking for. Phrase I was looking for. Partners in crime. I only agree if Falcon agrees. I only agree if Minnie agrees. I only agree if Regardmer agrees. Avoids Regardmer's gaze as best he can. This pen, the stabilizer. Hold on, I can do this. Oh. This is the conclusion we have come to. How will this standoff end? Who knows? I suppose we still haven't come to an agreement then. If this is the case, if this is the issue. And I'm not backing down. I stick by my terms that I will only agree if Regardmer agrees. This is the thumbnail. It could be. Tune in next time. for the next episode of what's our gang name? What's our criminal organization name? Falcon and the Reluctant Sheeples. I like that. That'd also be the name of the show, I suppose. I want to be a reluctant sheeple, though. Oh. We could all be the sheeples. Reluctant sheeples. Regard more than the reluctant sheeples. Okay. You are the criminal mastermind after all, so it's gotta be your name up front. So people know who they're dealing with. Fine, the reluctant sheeples then, or just the reluctant sheeples then. No, it could be your name up front. Regard more than the reluctant sheeples for alibi. Oh, oh yeah, it's a little less. It's a little inconspicuous. It's a little a little too obvious if your name's up front for everyone to know who it is. The whole world to know. I am an evil mastermind. It is my name behind these crimes. All me. Deniability. Can't be a snake in the grass if there's a sign saying... Can't be a snake in the grass if there's a sign saying there's a snake in the grass and its name begins with regard more... Its name begins with regard more... I like that. I think this eye is a slight bit off. So I shall perform eye surgery. Oh, 3 minutes until stream end, I suppose. But I guess before I head out, have we resolved? Okay, we've got our crime name. We've got our organized crime, our crime syndicate name. Can you imagine that interrogation? Says regard more and the reluctant sheep was on the gang's banner. So you wouldn't try and deny association with this on your you've got it tattooed on you. You've got it tattooed on your forehead, on your biceps. And you're just gonna deny accountability for this crime? Oh, our first mission as the reluctant sheeples is to raid Margarigas and cause chaos. Such is the way of the sheeple. Cause mayhem wherever we may go. Wait, hold on. Reselect that. Reselect. And oh well, actually. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick fix. It's like 1 minute. I could do this in a minute. I could do this in a minute. What I'm thinking of doing. Okay, so color that. And select the face. Oh, why isn't it doing it? Select. What tool is this? I'm trying to select. Okay. Oh, there goes my phone alarm. Da, 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 da. Oh, I just need a second to. Oh, that's an what? That's not right. The select pen, it should be selecting, not erasing the selection. That's weird. Okay, that tool is glitched out. That's okay, I suppose. Oh, well, where's? Hold on. Okay, I guess I'll just do what I'm thinking of later on. But yeah, okay. Oh goodness. Yeah, I suppose that'll be the end of today's stream. Yeah. I'll be back Tuesday. Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. Same time as usual. I've got the little schedule widget at the bottom of my Twitch page if that's something you want to look at to know when I'm going live. I'll probably get back to my normal schedule of like art on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then gaming on Fridays and Saturdays, probably. I think so. Most likely. It all depends on what I feel like doing, as usual. But yeah, okay. Let me. Oh, this song's real nice. But yeah, I suppose, uh, oh, as usual, thank you so much for being here, for chatting and keeping me company as I, uh, drew and worked on this drawing. That's still gonna take me a little bit while, a little bit of a time to finish. What's our raid message? Oh, uh, that's a good question. Uh, it's gotta involve me. Have a good night, Minnie. Oh, you too. Uh, thank you very much for being here for stopping by and chatting. I'll be back Tuesday. But as for a raid message, I'm not sure. Whatever you feel in your heart to say when we arrive is fine by me, I suppose. um, sweet dreams from Cinnaminnies? I don't know. I don't know if that quite works. Um, uh, let me set up the raid while I ponder that a bit more. Rodriguez. Uh, sweet dreams from Cinnaminnies. I don't know. Perhaps like sweet dreams from Cinnaminnies. That could work, I guess. I'm fine with anything. I'm not good at coming up with these things. uh oh, did I didn't click the thing to actually. Okay, start raid. Dreaming of you. Oh, it's a dream come true to be here at your street. No, that's a little too lengthy, isn't it? Uh, I really don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to consider. Excuse me, I'm here to watch your stream. I like that. You could be that blunt if you'd like. Excuse me. I'm here to observe you, like a specimen in a jar, under a specimen under a microscope. I'm here to observe you. But yeah, whatever you feel is is right to say. I'll think about it more in the future. I've got to come up with something. I haven't thought of this before, but I will come up with something. But for now, let's just go on ahead and enjoy Margarita's stream. Despite me not having a good motto ready. But okay. I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for being here. And we're gonna raid in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. I'm gonna put some consideration into that phrase. Bye. See you all later.